I think today's topic is really going to be very interesting. That is, how do I get out of any problem? And any person in the world fits in two criterias, and only those two criterias are the things through which we can decide on how to deal with a certain problem. And when I'm saying how do I get out of any problem, I don't mean that you will find an instant solution to the problem, but what I'm saying is that we will understand what is the procedure to figure out the solution to the problem. So let's begin. Okay, so we do have two things in life, that is thinking and one is execution. Thinking is action, execution is action. Thinking is invisible action, people cannot see what we are thinking, and execution is a visible action which happens through body. So one I can say is a mind, and the other one I can say is body. So first we have to understand problems based on our thinking. Maybe we can call it as overthinking, or maybe we can call it as uncontrolled thinking. Let's say there is a person who have certain beliefs that ghosts exist, and that person is trying to find a solution to that problem through execution, like execution through body. That person is going around here and there and trying to find a solution, that okay, what is the solution to this problem I have. So there are some problems in life regarding your thoughts, regarding our thoughts, that we can solve those problems through thinking itself. So what I mean is, there are some problems, thinking problems, which can be resolved by thinking, by understanding that okay, I may have false beliefs and that's the reason I'm suffering because of those beliefs. That's number one. In the number two situation, let's say a person is hungry, or maybe a person is having some financial issues in his or her life, and all of a sudden we have like this overthinking going on in our brain, that okay, I don't know what to do, why am I worrying too much, why is this happening with me, why is this happening with me, I don't know what's the solution to my overthinking. No, I think this is wrong. I think this is very incorrect way to find a solution to a certain problem. The best way to find a solution is that we have to understand that we are hungry, our body needs something, and unless and until we do those things, we are really not going to get a solution. So when it's a physical problem, some things can be dealt by execution through body. That's the reason I'm overthinking too much. So the overthinking is just an after effect of whatever is happening. The cause is that I am hungry, or maybe I'm not living a comfortable life, and that's the reason I'm suffering in life. Okay, so these problems can be only resolved through execution. So this is the first part, which I would say problems regarding our thinking. The second problem is problems regarding our body. Let's say we are hurt physically, like something happened to my hand, and like, so I need to heal it. I need to go to the doctor. So some physical problems can only be dealt by physically. Maybe like, just in case, I exactly the way I explained about hunger. So when there are physical aspects of life, when there are some physical problems happening in our life, some problems can only be dealt with physically by only execution. That's another thing. And sometimes what happens is, we have this imaginary beliefs, and those beliefs are manifesting on our body, and then we are thinking that oh, maybe there's a problem with my body. But no, there's a problem with your thinking. So again, it goes back to the same issue, that is, some problems can be dealt by executions, and some problems can be only dealt by imagination, by thinking. So now the main thing is, how do we understand if the problem is actually because of my wrong beliefs, because of the thinking, or how do I understand if the problem is real, if the problem is practically, if the problem is something I really need to execute things on? The only way to understand is before finding any solution, we have to be very unbiased to ourselves. We have to be very honest with ourselves, and we have to say that, okay, this is the reality I'm living in, and maybe I'm weak, maybe I'm someone who is not capable enough to grow, and I really need to do things in life. Or maybe we have to question ourselves, the things I'm imagining, the things I have values for, maybe those are all beliefs. Maybe they don't exist. Maybe they only exist at the level of my mind. I need to find solution to those problems. Or maybe there is no solution because the problem is just imaginary. So the only way to find the solution, the process of the solution, is by asking ourselves if the problem is imaginary, or is it realistic physically. If it's physical, then execute. If it's imaginary, then understand and find a solution. Exceptional cases are always there. Sometimes there may be a physical problem, and sometimes not executing or not execution towards that problem is also an execution. So we also need to have patience. Okay, so these are the things I need to do. Maybe I need to have a patience. Okay, so that's a different topic altogether. But you see my point, right? So thinking problems and execution, what I would say is mind, problems at the level of mind and problems at the level of body. These are the things which we really need to understand it very properly and deal with it. So that's all. Thank you so much. See you again in the next video. Bye bye. Take care.